Wednesday night Bible study. I am Pastor Stephon Washington. We send greetings and salutations out to you. We do hope all is well with you and yours. We thank God for bringing us into His house once again, bringing us to say a word, give a word, a message to encourage you today. I'm going to give you a few little cleaning tools, how we operate here at the Title Christian Church for our Bible study. Normally what we do is on our Sunday message, we'll come back on Wednesday and we'll reiterate what we talked about on Sunday. You know, the reason for that is the Spirit gave it to me almost about 2 years ago, so we've been doing this about 2 years. And we know that people sometimes have questions that they want to ask. They know on Sundays that they can't stop and they can't ask no questions. So we allow them on Wednesday to do a Q&A. On Wednesday to ask questions and hopefully receive an answer. So that's what we've been doing for the last year and a half, 2 years. It's been working good for us. We get to teach the way we want to teach and the way we need to teach and to help them to understand what thus said the Lord. So saying that, I just want to inform you because some of you may say, well, we just heard this message on Sunday. Well, today we're going to take a little time and we're going to walk through that same message. We're going to ask God that He blesses, that He open up the ears and eyes of the people so they may be able to hear it and understand it a little bit better. I know growing up with me myself, I used to always sit out there and I used to hear the preacher preaching and never really understood what he was preaching about, mainly because I wasn't going to Bible study. But since I know better, and since we know better, we do better. So I just wanted to explain that to you. Let us all pray for just a moment. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you right now, Lord. Lord, we thank you for all that you have done on this day, oh God. We even ask you that you do even greater things, oh God. We thank you for walking with us. We thank you for talking with us. We thank you for keeping us, oh God. We thank you for standing beside us, making sure no hurt, harm, or danger come before us, oh God. You're so good, oh God, and we just thank you for being good, Lord. Lord, now I want you to bless each ear and each eye that are laid upon me right now. God, I want you to anoint them in a mighty way so they may be able to hear, they may be able to see what the Spirit is trying to say to them. We thank you right now, God. Now, Lord, I ask that you anoint these lips of clay, oh God. I ask that the words come out of my mouth, oh God, be your words and not my words. And I do ask, oh God, that these words be so powerful that they shake up the place, oh God. That they turn some things around, that they turn some things upside down, that they put to flight some things that is unlike you, oh God. We thank you right now. We adore you right now, and we send this prayer to your Son, Jesus' name, and all the saints say amen. I'd like to say good evening to all of you. Facebook, YouTube, all of you who are listening in on our Bible study tonight, watching on our Bible study tonight. We, on this past Sunday, we was dealing in Isaiah. And I just want to be quick and short. I won't be long with you. I know that in spite of everything that's going on, I know that that I don't want to keep you all night long. Just want to give you something to feed your spirit so you'll be able to go on just a little bit further. We came from Isaiah the 26th chapter, and we was dealing with 4 verses, 1 through 4. And we talked about keeping your mind stayed on Him. Keeping your mind straight on Him. So let's just go through those verses. If you have your Bible, turn with us to that chapter in Isaiah. We do stand for the reading of the Word here at the Title Christian Church in honor of our Lord and Savior. We do know that we stand for a lot of things, but to stand for Him is really more than we can ask, because He is God and God all by Himself. Again, Isaiah 26, beginning at verse number 1 and concluding at verse number 4, you will find these words: in that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. Salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks. Open ye gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trusteth in thee. Trusteth in thee. Because he trusteth in thee. Verse 4, trust ye in the Lord forever, for the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. For the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. And we concentrated on verse number 3, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. Just for a moment, we use for a subject, the talking point, keep your mind stayed on him. And I know sometimes it gets difficult to just keep our mind on God 24 hours a day. Let our mind be without any hustle, bustle that's going on in the world, and the chaos or confusion that's going on in the world today. It's a little hard for us, but I need for you to understand that if you could just settle down, somebody said settle down. If you could just settle down and keep your mind stayed on him, God will lead you, he'll guide you, and he'll direct your path. We in a time now, these days, to whereas everything look, what's the word I want to use? Everything looks so harsh. Everything looks so bad. And we're having to stay in our homes. And we're having to wear gloves everywhere. We're having to wear masks everywhere. But I came to tell somebody this evening that if you just hold on, and that if you just keep your mind stayed on God, keep your mind stayed on him, I promise you, everything will be all right. We're going to take a little time now, and we're going to try to go through each one of these scriptures, and we're going to try to exegete them to the best of our ability. And some are going to be a little bit more strenuous than others, but I promise you, we're going to get it to the bottom of it. In verse number 1, you see these. He said, be careful. In verse number 1, in the days, that day, shall this song be sung. So help us to understand that there was a song of Isaiah's. Isaiah was prophesying on what was going to happen in the day to come. And this song, he said, will be sung in the land of Judah. We will have a strong city, talking about Jerusalem. And he said, salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks. Right there, he's saying that in this place, salvation will be appointed for walls. So he's saying, I'm gonna cover you. I'm going to wrap my arms around you, and I'm going to build that wall of my arms and bulwarks for the religious part of it. We're gonna do this. This is going to be our fortress, and in this fortress, you're going to be safe. You're going to be safe in my arms. Now, I broke that down a little bit to try to help you understand that's what it means to us. But what it meant to them was actually that they was going to be in a place to where they can run in times of trouble, and God going to make them and put them in a safe position. He's going to wrap them in their arms. He's going to keep them in his bosom. He's going to have walls that is unbreakable. He's going to have a place that you can run in that you can't just destroy. Because he's going to do it for those who believe and those who trust in him. It helps us to understand that if we trust in God with all our heart and lean not to our own understanding, God will have that same fortress built around us in times of trouble. I want you to know right now, wherever you at, whatever you're doing right now, if you just ask God, if you just pray to God, God will come in and he'll build that wall around you. I believe that. I trust in that. And we all need for God to wrap his arm around them, especially at this time. Especially when we're going through what we're going through. You hear more about COVID-19 than you do about God. Every day is statistics about this and statistics about that. But for those of us who love the Lord and those of us who trust in God, we know that it's just momentarily. We know that weeping may endure for a night, but we know joy comes in the morning. What are you saying, Pastor? That this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And if you just keep leaning on God, if you just keep trusting in God, you'll be able to run into that place that God has already made for you to run in, so you may be able to have peace. Verse 2, he said, open ye gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. He was talking about Jerusalem. He was talking about Israel. He was talking about them as being the righteous nation. But the only way they're going to be able to come in, that they're going to have to keep the truth. The only way that they're going to be able to enter is they keep the truth. And we do know that they was a little shaky every now and then. They'll fall off the wagon every now and then, but somehow or another they'll get back on. And God is telling them, if you just keep the truth, that you just stay on path, if you just stay on point, that you'll be able to enter in. And that's the same thing he's talking about to us today, is that we just stay on point. If we just try to stay line upon line and precept on the word of God, if we just keep moving, if we just keep trusting, if we just keep believing in God, if we just keep our faith intact, if we just stay strong, then God said, I'll be the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That same thing, that same gate that you want to come in, that same gate that they want to come in, is going to be there for you. And I trust in God, and I believe that when my time comes, if I keep and I trust in Him, I'll be able to walk in. I'll be able to enter into that place. That's what this is all about. That's why we come to church every Wednesday. That's why we come to church every Sunday. So we'll be able to get that relationship with God. And once you get that relationship with God, then God begins to start teaching you and treating you like you want to be treated or need to be treated. Watch this. This whole thing is about peace. This whole thing is about peace. But if we want peace, go to number 3. He said, thou will keep him in what? Perfect peace. He said, I'll keep you in perfect peace, but this is what you got to do. You got to keep your mind stayed on thee. Stayed on who? Stayed on God. You got to keep your mind stayed on God in order to have perfect peace. He trusted in thee. You got to trust in God. And if you can trust in God and believe that God got you and God's going to take care of you, God is not going to leave you. He's never going to forsake you. If you can trust Him in that area right there, in the area in your life, then guess what? God said He'll put you in perfect peace in times like this. When all hell breaking loose, God said, I'll keep you in perfect peace. Let me tell you something about that perfect peace. See, in order to obtain that peace, you got to know God. In order to know God, you got to have a relationship with God. In order to have a relationship with God, you got to spend some time with Him. In order to spend some time, when you spend time with Him, then God can begin to start trusting you with more and more and more. And if He can trust you, but you got to be trustworthy. You got to be trustworthy. I'm trustworthy because I know my God, and my God know me. He know what I will do. He know what I won't do before I even do it. Before I even do it. He said, I'll put you in perfect peace. Do anybody know about perfect peace? That's the type of peace that passes all understanding. He just didn't say, I'll put you in peace. I'll put you in perfect peace. There's nothing above perfect peace. Nothing above perfect peace. And I want that kind of peace. I want that kind of peace in these troubling times right now today. So if you're listening to me, or you hear what I'm saying right now, or you're watching me right now, I want you to open up and start trusting God. And if you can trust God and keep your mind stayed on Him, God said, I give you perfect peace. I give you perfect peace. The type of peace that you have, the tranquility just come all over you, and everything that's around you, no matter how it's raging, no matter how loud it's barking, no matter what the media said, no matter what nobody else said, you're still going to be in perfect peace. That type of peace that passes all understanding. You're laying in the hospital bed, and you don't know what's going on. Your lungs filled up with fluid, and you're hurting all over, but you're still trusting God. And if you can trust God, you will come out of this thing. You'll come out of it if you could just trust Him. If you could just lean on Him. If you could just center your thinking around God and not your problems and not yourself, then God said, I'll put you in perfect peace. He said, trust ye, number 4, trust ye in the Lord forever. For the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. I believe that. I believe that. And I got testimony after testimony to back that up. And I'm sure that everyone that's listening to me or seeing me right now, you got a testimony to tell as well. It may not be about this and this month and last month, but what about last week? What about the week before that? What about the year before that? When God bought you out of this and when God bought you out of that, just because this look a little bit bigger, just because this making a little bit more noise, it don't mean that it's bigger than God. God still can do what he did on that little thing that you thought he did for you, on that little blessing that he blessed you with. But God said, I'm here to show my hand right now. I'm here to do things that eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard and neither have entered into the heart of man, the things that I can do for those who love me. You got to believe and you got to trust it. God loves us. No doubt about it. God loves the believers. And can't nobody tell me nothing different. I know the Lord and I know he loves us. I know he cares for us. Because he didn't have to do what he did. He could have left us where we was. But instead, he still loved us. Yet, while we were still in sin, God still loved us. He watched over us. He kept us all the way down through life. However old you are, however young you are, God been looking out for you all the time. He never blanked his eye. He never went to sleep. He stood over you for the however many years you are old. I'm 57 years old and I know every year God watched over me. Matter of fact, when I was yet in my mother's womb, God still watched over me. He still kept me. He's still keeping me in line. I trust in him and I believe in him and I know that he ain't going to leave me. I know that he won't forsake me and I know that he'll go all the way to the end with me. Peace is what I'm looking for. Peace is what I need. And if I can just gird up something, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the circumstance, if I could just gird up my life, if I could just bring myself together to realize that God is God. And there's no one bigger than him. There's no problem bigger than him, no situation, no circumstance that's bigger than our God. Our God is so big, he don't even have a name for how big he really is. That's just how big he is. And I got to walk with this God, and I love this Lord. I love the Lord, and I know the Lord loves me. And you got to know that the Lord loves you. If you can really believe that the Lord loves you, then you'll be able to act like somebody. You'll be able to be somebody. You'll be able to have some things because, you know, God said there's nothing that you can't have. The only reason you don't have it because you ask not. But for believers, God said, I got it. If it's a healing you need, I got it. Is it provision that you need? I got it. Is it confidence that you need? He said, I got it. I got whatever you need. I got whatever you need. Every now and then, we have to look upon this God, and every now and then, we have to say, it got to be something about him. It got to be something about him. I mean, I done came out of this. I done came out of that. I done been through this, and I done been through that. And this God still, he right there with me. It ought to be something in our sanctified imagination that just want to cause us every now and then to think of the goodness of God and all that he has done for us, and then to begin to just gird up your inside and something like hallelujah ought to come out. Because that's the biggest praise that we can ever give God. That's the biggest praise that we can ever give God. Once you surrender yourself, you'll be praising God for the rest of your life. Once you give over into it, once you buy into this, because it's taking something that we know that the world, you have to buy into stuff. You have to buy into it, and once you buy into it, you all in. But God said, all I want you to do is trust me. All I need for you to do is trust me. I don't need your money. I don't need your houses. I don't need your cars. All I need is your trust. See, because the money, the houses, and the cars belong to me anyway. By right, I'm just loaning them to you. But you done got beside yourself because I'm doing this thing, this good thing for you, and thinking it's all about you, but it's not about you. God said it's about me. And I will refuse to let you steal my glory. Oh, that's another sermon right there. Let me just stick on point. So keep your mind stayed on him in order to have perfect peace. And peace is something that we all want, something that we all look at. If I got peace, I don't need no money. If I got peace, I don't need no big house. If I got peace, I don't need no fine car. If I got peace, well, guess what? When God gives you that peace, You're going to get the house, you're going to get the car, you're going to get the job when God give you that peace. Because ain't nothing else can stand in the way from you accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish. Because you're going through and you're going at it with peace. You're going at it with confidence. When I go for the job, I'm going for the job with confidence because I got the peace of mind to know that God has already led me to this place. I don't have the education for it, I don't have the degree for it, but I'm going to get that job. And I go in there and I get that job because God will work on the minds of men to change and to work out the good for you. You got to believe that. So I go in peace. Wherever I go in peace. And it's all around me. And as long as it's around you, people can't help but to gravitate to you. They can't help but to give to you. Your enemies can't help but to become your footstool because of the peace of God that you have. The peace of God. Watch this. Every now and then we get a little shaken. Every now and then we get a little stirred up. No matter how religious we may be. Every now and then the enemy may tip us from behind or whatever. But if you got the mind, the state of mind, to keep your mind stayed on him and not want to offer him because of the situation or because of the problem, all you got to do is just stand still. You don't believe me? Watch this. When the children of Israel came out of Egypt, and they went through and God parted the Red Sea, and they got to the other side, and they began to start seeing Pharaohs and his men coming. Moses got a little shaky. Moses got a little shaky. He got a little worried. The people got worried. And they started saying all sorts of things to Moses and telling Moses that we should have stayed where we was and that this and that. And then Moses just stood there. And by standing there, I guess he came to his senses. And he looked to the heavens. You know what God told him? He said, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Right then and there, peace came all over. Should have came all over him. I'm just speculating, but I know if God told him to do it and he did it, peace should have came all over. And just because he did it, the children of Israel was able to stand there and watch their enemies be smothered with the Red Sea. And then God said, these you shall see no more. Ain't this a good thing that you can go and not have to look over your shoulder, to have that type of peace, to know that ain't nobody chasing you, ain't nobody trying to kill you, ain't nobody trying to come after you. God said, all you got to do is just stand still. All you got to do is just watch and see the salvation of the Lord and that peace that comes all over you. Peace just will swallow you up, and you'll see what God has done for you, and that'll help you to go on just a little bit further. To go on just a little bit further. Peace is everything. You know, to talk about peace and to put a definition on peace, peace is in calm times of war. Let's say it like that. You got peace, it's peacetime. You've been fighting, you've been warring. But now you got peace. You got a chance to just sit down. You got a chance to relax. You got a chance to think about things because both sides have now declared a peace agreement. So you feel a little bit better because you've been fighting. Can I help somebody? We in war. This thing of wartime, we warring every day. Every day we warring. But God said that all you got to do is keep your mind stayed on me, and I give you perfect peace. I give you perfect peace. It don't matter what battle you in. It don't matter what war you in. It don't matter what sickness you got. It don't matter you done lost your job. It don't matter that they done foreclosed on your house. God said, I give you peace. And if I can give you peace through it, then you will help. Then I can help you to understand that all of that stuff that I let be taken away from you, it needed to leave, but you were so worried about it and you were so uncomfortable about it. So I had to put peace around you in order to take it from you so I could give you something more. So I can give you something better. So I can give you something that you really need. Something that ain't going to be a burden to you. But I had to calm you down. I had to give you some peace and all of that just to take something away from you that I've been trying to get you to let go for years. Oh, somebody has been there and somebody has done that. You got to understand what I'm saying. God will put peace all around you just so you can let some stuff go. You know you've been worried about some stuff. You've been worried about your job. You didn't know you don't like the job. Every time you go to the job, you got this unease feeling about it. And God just telling you to told you several times to just walk off the job. Just walk off. I'll take care of you. Trust me. I know they mistreat you. I know they ain't doing it right. And you shouldn't be treated like this because you belong to me. But you got to trust me enough to be able to walk off this job. You can't walk off of it because you don't see no way to make it after you walk off. You can't see no further than the paycheck. You can't see no further than the insurance that they provide for you. But you're going to let them treat you some any kind of way, do you any kind of way. But God said that I don't condone that. And all you got to do is just leave. And if God tells you to leave, you ought to trust him enough to leave because God got something better for you. Somebody say God got something better for you. God got something better for you. And if you would just trust him. See, this thing here is about faith. And you got to walk by faith and not by sight. But you got to make sure that God is the one who told you to walk off. And get that straight down from the beginning. You got to make sure that it was God who said it and not nobody else who told you to do it. And then you just do it. And then watch God do what he said he'll do. Anybody ever been there and done that? You was afraid, you was scared, but you did what you needed to do. And once you did it, you saw that God was right there for you, that he didn't leave you out there by yourself. He put peace around you in order for you to be able to walk off that job. He gave you perfect peace so you'll be able to walk off of it. You walked off of it, didn't know where you was going, didn't know how you was going to provide, but you trusted in the Lord with all your heart. And God showed up. Not only did he show up, he showed out. And you've been having peace ever since. You don't let nothing else stir you up. When stuff comes, you deal with it, and you tell God, all right, Lord, it's too much for me. Now I'm going to hand it over to you. Because you told me to cast my cares upon you. You told me, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You told me that my burdens will be light, and I'm going to trust in that. I'm going to trust in that, and I'm going to trust in you all my life. I'm going to worship you. I'm going to praise you because I know you that type of God to be worshiped and to be praised. You have shown me over and over what you can do for me and how much you love me. No matter how many times I got sick, you healed me. No matter how many times I was in trouble, you saved me. No matter how many times it didn't look good, didn't feel good, didn't look right, you came and you showed me a whole different picture. And I thank you for it, Lord. I thank you for everything that you have done. I praise you for everything that you're doing. I'm going to set up a praise for you just for what you're going to do. Somebody ought to be happy right about now because God been good to you. God been good to us. So ain't nowhere in the world that we should be able to understand his words. Ain't nowhere in the world that we should be able to take his word and put it down into our soul, hide it in our heart so no one can get to it. And when we need it, we can pull it out and we can use it and we can go with it. We can do what we need to do. We can act like somebody. We can walk like somebody. We can be somebody if we just trust in the Lord. If we just keep our mind stayed on him. No matter what's happening in your daily activity. No matter how hard it is. No matter how rough it is. If you could just hang on in there. If you could just hold on to God, unchange your hand. Because he's the same God yesterday. He's the same God today. And he'll be the same God tomorrow. Oh, y'all about to get something stirred up in him. Let's do something for a minute. Let's just go to a couple of scriptures for one moment. And then we're going to be out of here. See, one thing about verse number 3, to keep your mind stayed on him, and then he's going to put perfect peace on you. That helps us to understand that our mind got to lean on him. Our mind got to be centered on him. Our mind got to trust in him. And once we can accomplish those things, and I'm not saying that it's really going to be easy because I know that a lot of us been out there been longer out there than we have in him. But in him, there's safety. In him, there's love. In here, there's mercy. In here, there's grace. In here, God will forgive you for your mistakes in this place. See, out there ain't no forgiveness. Out there ain't no mercy. Out there ain't no glory. And I'm sure that there's a lot of us that have been there and done that. But when you find Jesus, all of that should have changed. Old things have passed away and new things have just taken over. Let's try these scriptures right quick. If I can get to them. Let's try these scriptures. Let's look at, let's start out with Philippians 4, 6 and 7. See, this was peace experience a result of our prayer. we experience the results of our prayer. Watch this. He said, be careful for nothing, but in everything, not something, in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto God. Let your requests be known unto God. Prayer, supplication. Peace comes from that. Peace is experienced as a result of prayer. Have you ever had something just going on and you just didn't know what to do about it? You just had your all shaken up and you went into prayer. You went into prayer about it and you began to start talking to God about it and you began to start trusting Him with your deepest thoughts and your deepest feelings. And all of a sudden, in the midst of that prayer, peace just came over you. And before you can get up from where you was praying at, or before you can come out of that closet or wherever you were, before you can come out of it, peace had already taken over you. And that problem that you had, that situation that you had, it no longer looked like the monster that you thought it was. It no longer had the strength that you thought it had. And you was able to just walk through it from that point on. You was able to just glide through it from that point on. You looked the dead in the face. You took it head on. And God worked it out for you. God worked it out for you. Peace is something else. I told you, peace can do some things, but you got to be able to know how to obtain that peace from God. So he said, in the peace of God, you got to understand it now, the peace of God, which passes all understanding. The peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your heart and mind through Christ Jesus. It's something about that peace, that Philippians 4:7, something about that peace of God. That peace of God that passes all understanding. Let me help you understand this. Once you got that peace of God, see, it passes all understanding. What do you mean, Pastor? See, you sitting there with stage 4 counsel, and you praising God, and you worshiping God, and you got a smile on your face, and people can't understand that you're going through and you're suffering, and it took all your hair out, and it knocked 40 pounds off of you, but you still praising God, but you still worshiping God. See, that type of peace right there is what we all is looking for. That's that perfect peace, and people don't understand that type of peace. They think you ought to be woe me. They think you ought to be walking around with your head down. They think you ought to be digging your own grave. But when you got the peace of God, come on somebody, ain't nobody going to have me a shovel to dig my grave when I know I got a God that's capable of doing anything. I know I got a God that sit high and look low. I know I got a God that make the sun shine when it's raining. I know I got a God that'll move mountains. And he'll build a bridge over troubled waters. Y'all got to know that same God. That's why they can't understand when you're walking around with a smile on your face. And everybody that gave up on you, everybody that said you was going to leave here, but only God, not even the angels know, only God know that moment. And you got to trust in Him. And you got to know that God can do what He needs to do. If He take me, I'm going to be with it. If He leave me with stage 4, I'm going to keep on praising Him. I'm going to keep on worshiping. Do anybody out there know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, just give God a praise right there where you're at. Let's go to the next one. Hebrews. Oh, Romans 8 and 28. Romans 8 and 28. Let's go to that one here. Romans 8 and 28. That's a well-known scripture, but it helps us in our teaching tonight, as it is so well stated. He said, we know that all things, not some things, we know that all things, somebody say all things. We know that all things work together for the good to them that love God. Not for just anybody, but for those of us who love the Lord. For those of us who love God, all things work together for the good. It don't matter what it look like. It don't matter what it feel like. If you would just hold on, God will get some glory out of that. If you would just hold on, you'll see how it'll work out for your good. If you can just hold on. I know it don't look right. I know it don't feel right. But if you could just hold on, because He told you that all things work out for the good of those who love the Lord. If we have anybody out there that love the Lord, I know I love the Lord. I know I love Him. I love Him. And it goes on and it says, for those that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. For them that are called according to His purpose. What is His purpose? What is His purpose for us? What is His purpose for us as believers? See, he called us. And he called us. And when he called us, we made that proclamation that his son died and his son was buried and he rose again. And not only did he rise again, he rose with all power in his hand. It was the purpose of us to trust in that. It's the purpose in us to believe in that. Everything that we do, it should point us back to the cross. Every situation that we go through, it should point us back to the cross. Our purpose is to lead somebody to the cross. Our purpose is to preach and teach the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. Our purpose is to walk upon the word of God. Our purpose is to live, sleep, and breathe the word of God. We're called according to his purpose. And if we can trust in that, and if we can believe that, then all things, not some things, but all things, gonna work together for our good. Can you see it happening right about now? No matter what's going on in your life, no matter how bad it may feel to you right now, you got to know that it's gonna work together for your good because you love God. And if you love him like you say you love him, then you ain't going to feel nothing, you ain't going to fret nothing, you ain't going to worry about nothing because you know God is working it out right about now. God is doing some things right about now that you don't even know he's doing on your behalf. God will bless you and you ain't even in line for the blessing. You got to understand that because that's how much he loves you. God will do some things in your life you won't be deserving of the thing. And he can do this because he is God. Sometimes God bless us just to give us a wake-up call, just to show us that you know how bad you was in need. But I'm going to give you something. I'm going to send you something to pull you up out of what you're in. And you got to recognize that it was me because ain't nobody else came to your rescue. Oh, y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Hebrews 12 and 11. Hebrews 12 and 11. Hebrews 12 and 11. Hebrews 12 and now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterwards, if yielded the peaceable fruit of the righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Watch what he's saying now. He said, now no chastening, no chastising for the present seeming to be joyous, but grievous. God gonna do what he had to do on our behalf. He's gonna chastise us. And let me tell you something about chastising. Even though it may seem grievous and not joyous to you, you need it. We need it every now and then because if God ain't never straighten us out, put us in our position, put us in our place, then we'll forever keep doing what we're doing. Every now and then, God has to show his love through his hand around us or about us to show us that we can't keep doing what we're doing. It is love. It's not grievous. It's not grievous, but it is love. And then he said, nevertheless, afterward, it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. See, we're going to go through some stuff. And that's just helping me to understand right about now what God is doing right about now. I ain't too sure that ain't what it is. I ain't too sure that he ain't chastising the whole world right now. I think I made that statement about last Sunday before, that God is just punishing us. God is just chastising us because of everything that we done got out of hand, everything that we've been doing. This world been off the hook. This whole world. It ain't just been the United States. It's been the whole world. And they've been doing things and everybody been doing things and God done got tired of what's going on. And God said, now I got to show my hand. Now I got to start chastising you. Now I got to start disciplining you. He said, but don't make it to be grievous. Yeah, somebody's going to lose their life in it. Somebody's going to lose their comfort zone in it. Somebody's going to lose their joy in it. But when it's all said and done, it's going to be yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. God ain't doing that but trying to show us something right about now. God trying to get our attention. And he done made it uncomfortable for us. We can't go like we used to be able to go. We can't do like we used to be able to do. We can't fly like we used to be able to fly. We can't ride trains like we used to be able to ride trains. Some of y'all, you can't go in the club like I'm talking to church folk now. You can't go in the club like you used to go in the club. You can't do the things that you used to do. And you can't do it freely. And that didn't upset you a little bit. And it got you kind of in a grievous spot. But can I help somebody? Can I help somebody? Joy gonna come in the morning. You just hold on. Just hold on, because this too shall pass. One more, then we're gonna get out of here. Let's go to, what are we on? Yeah, Psalms 43. Psalms 43 and 5. I think we'll try to kind of finish up with this one. Psalms 43 and 5. In Psalm 43 and 5, why art thou cast down, O my soul, and why art thou disquieted with me? That's right? Yeah, disquieted with me. Hope in God. For I shall ye praise him, who is the help of my countenance and my God. Let's try to break that down. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Here David is in an awkward position. He's in an awkward moment, and he feels like he's been cast down, and he feels it all the way through his soul. And he said, and why art thou disquieted with me? Talking about God. Why are you so harsh with me? Why are you so disappointed in me? He said, hope in God. Hope in God, for I shall ye praise him. He said, in spite of what's going on, I'm still going to praise him. I'm still going to praise him because I got that hope in him. For I shall yet praise him who is the help of my countenance. He said, everything about me is coming from God, is from God, and God has got my whole countenance in his hand. He said, oh, and my God, got my countenance and my God, everything about it. He said that I'm going through, I know I'm going through, I know I feel that I know I've made mistakes, I know I've done some things, but I'm still yet going to praise him. I'm still yet going to praise him. Almost like Job, when Job said, though he slay me, yet shall I trust him. Yet shall I trust him. And we thank God for it. Go. Second Corinthians 1 and 4. Who comfort us in all our tribulation. Listen at that now. Who comfort us in all our tribulation, and everything that we go through, and all our trials, and all our discomfort, and all of that stuff that is unpleasurable to us, don't feel good to us. He said that he comforts us in all, not just some of it, he said all our tribulations. This is Paul now, and he's telling them that we may be able to comfort them which are in trouble. So in other words, when God do things for us as believers, when God do that type of stuff for us, then we ought to be able to come out of that and go do it for somebody else. Help somebody else through it. Tell somebody else how you came out of it. Tell somebody your testimony, because it's the testimony that means the most. That's the testimony. My testimony means more than anything else to me, because I could tell somebody of the goodness of God and all that he had done for me. I could tell somebody about me. I can't tell nobody about themselves, but I can tell them what God did for me. I can tell them how God picked me up. I can tell them how God strengthened me when I was weak. I can tell them how God gave me joy when I was sorrowful. I can tell them how God gave me peace when I had chaos. I can tell them all of that things that God has done for me. And God is saying, when he do these things, when he bring us and comfort us in our tribulation, then we expect for us to do the same for somebody else. Do the same for somebody else. Instead of kicking them while they're down, do the same for somebody else. 2 Corinthians 4:17, then we out of him. For our light affliction. Do you hear that? For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us far more exceedingly in eternal weight of glory. Oh my God. Y'all got to be able to understand that. He said, for our light affliction. See, these things that's going on now, you think it's something, you ain't seen nothing yet. Everybody want to talk about how times look like it's the end times. Watch this. How it look like it ain't nothing but the end times. This ain't nothing but the world finna come to an end. Simply because of a little virus. No, because if you go into Revelation, this ain't it, baby. This ain't it. When you see the sky falling, when you see the stars dropping out, then you got something to talk about. But for a cold, this ain't it, baby. This ain't the end time. No, this ain't the second coming. It's gonna be a whole lot worse than this right here, and you'll be able to recognize it. But this ain't it. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today, but this is just a light affliction. Can anybody understand what I'm saying? This is just a light affliction. When the time comes, when it comes from tribulation, when it comes back to Christ coming back, and first the Antichrist, and then you got something to look for. You got something to actually look forward to. But this ain't it. This is light affliction, y'all. This is light affliction. For those of us who got the peace of God, we understand light afflictions, which is but for a moment. But for a moment. But for a moment. Get that, for a moment. A moment. See, I can't even measure what a moment is to God. I do know a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like one day. So a moment, that's a little snap of a finger to God. It may seem a little bit more to us, especially for the non-believers, it seems like a whole lot to them. But for us who are believers, we actually see it are watching through our spiritual eyes. Yeah, I hear everything that's going on. I hear everything that's going on. I see everything that's going on. I listen to everything. But through my spiritual eyes and through my spiritual ears, I already know this too shall pass. I already know that this is just a light affliction. You ain't seen nothing. We ain't seen nothing yet. If you hear long enough, live long enough to see it, then you're going to know what I'm talking about. But all you got to do is go over to Revelation. All you got to do is read about how the end times really going to be. And God had already told us that this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. So I want you to keep your mind stayed on God. I want you to do it. I want you to, if you haven't been doing it, I want you to practice it. I want you to pray to God about it. Ask God to help you to start keeping your mind stayed on Him. Ask God to keep strengthening you in your faith. Ask God to strengthen you in your belief, and that you may be able to trust Him, that you may be able to surrender and sacrifice yourself to Him. Better yet, that you turn your will over to Him. And then let His will be done in your life. Amen. I want to thank y'all for watching tonight. I want to thank y'all for all the blessings and all the comments and everything that you have been put on Facebook and YouTube. I thank you for it. Go ahead on and share this for somebody else to see. Go ahead on, and we ask you that you subscribe on our YouTube channel to the Tower Worship. You subscribe to it and help us to be able to go live with it. We're in the process of trying to go live with it. So we do thank you for everything that you're doing. I want you to know that God loves you. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to keep your head up. I want you to keep your strength up. I want you to do what needs to be done according to thus said God. I want you to walk. I want you to talk. I want you to act like you're a believer. And that ain't asking much, because God has done so much for us. At least we can do this for Him. At least we can do it for Him. It was the Apostle Paul made the statement saying, I beseech you, brothers, by the mercy of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable. He goes on and he tells you, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. But he said that this is the good and perfect will of God. It don't take much for us to sacrifice ourselves to Him. Just to sacrifice, just to surrender ourselves to Him. Right there where you're at, if you want to surrender yourself to God right now, just raise your hands right here in this position. All over the world, everybody know what this means, that I surrender. In whatever language it may be, this is the sign of I surrender. Raise your hands right here. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you right now. Lord, we thank you for what you have done in this hour, oh God. We thank you for what you're going to do. Now move, God. Move on the lives of every hand that is raised right now, oh God. Strengthen every hand that is raised right now, oh God. Go into the homes, go into the hospital, go into the prison, go into wherever your believers may be right now, oh God. Give them what they need right now to trust you. Give them what they need to believe in you, oh God. Give them what they need to strengthen their faith right now, oh God. Right now, in the name of Jesus. We thank you for being so holy. We thank you for being so marvelous. We thank you for being so magnificent to us, oh God. You loved us, oh God. You loved us and you surrounded us with your mercy and with your grace, oh God. And we just thank you for it right now, oh God. Lord, we thank you for the Tower Christian Church right now, oh God. Lift each member right now, oh God. Lift them We thank you. Give them a special blessing right now, oh God. Right now in the name of Jesus. We thank you for it. We thank you for it, oh God. We thank you for continuing to bless us, oh God, so we may be able to do your works right now, oh God. You've been blessing us one day after the other, oh God, and we thank you for it right now. We thank you for it. We adore you for it right now. We adore you. Those who have lost lives right now, oh God, we ask that you encourage their families right now, that you lift them up right now, oh God, that you let your peace settle over them right now, oh God. Right now, in the name of Jesus. Help them to understand to be absent from the body is to be present with you, oh God. So we thank you right now. We thank you for what you're doing right now. We know, in spite of, oh God, that when it's all said and done, you're going to get some glory out of this. Oh yeah, you're going to get some glory out of this, oh God. And we're going to praise you for it. And we're going to worship you for it, oh God. We're going to stand before you, oh God. We're going to kneel before you, oh God. We're going to sing giant songs of Zion before you, oh God. Because you are a great God. You are awesome, God, and we thank you for being so great and so awesome. We send this prayer for your son in Jesus' name. If you receive it right now, why don't you just shout hallelujah where you're at? Why don't you just shout glory where you're at? We thank God for you. We'll see you on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock right here at the Tower Christian Church. Well, I went. Well, I started at 6:30. Almost 1 hour, 45 minutes.